talk about, so we'll start with that. This is Tommy Clifford from So Easy Solutions. He has been helping me with my business and, you know, advising on tech stuff. He's very good at short form video, obviously, so he has some good ideas to help us make this simple. I know it can be an intimidating topic, so we'll start this out. And yeah, Tommy, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Waterstone Mortgage, for putting this on. What a beautiful spot. Thank you all for joining today. How many people here do short form video as part of their, I'm seeing maybe a little bit, okay. How many people here have YouTube channels? Okay. How many people have TikTok accounts? Okay. What we're going to do today,
We're just too old to have it.
you're never too old to have it.
God, nobody wants me on TikTok. Oh God, no.
I promise you, there's a lot of stuff to be made. There's a lot of money to be made on TikTok.
What's the new one that's kind of taken over TikTok? I saw someone posting it's going to be very similar to TikTok.
Like Reels?
No.
I don't know. You look it up and you bring it up. I'm not sure I can answer that. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to start with an awesome quote by Steve Jobs here, basically telling you that the most powerful person in the world is a storyteller. And as real estate agents, what you want to do is you want to differentiate. Ultimately, you want buyers and sellers. But buyers and sellers aren't just going to miraculously fall out of the sky. You have to put some energy into it. And you need to figure out how you're going to differentiate yourself from all the other real estate agents who are in this world. And the best way to do it is through short form video. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what is short form video. We're going to talk about, so there's going to be kind of a theory portion of the show, then there's going to be the mechanics of it. And we're actually going to get into CapCut. I'm going to make a short form video. I'm going to show you how to edit it, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to do it right here on the fly before you guys go, so that you will have all the tools to know why, where, and how. Okay, so short form video. For this discussion, I'm saying that short form video is anything less than 60 seconds long. And some of you might have just said, well, Tommy, why did you pick 60 seconds? I picked 60 seconds because that is the, YouTube has their short form video approach called Shorts, and anything longer than 60 seconds doesn't fit. Now certainly you can put longer videos on TikTok, but if you make it shorter than 60 seconds, then you can put it in lots of different places without working any harder. Okay, we're just going to pass on some stuff. Why do you want to do short form video? Why is that important? The bottom line is social proof. You want people to be able to look you up, find videos from you, and understand exactly what you're about, what your flavor is, what your style is. Hey, I really like working with this person. You know, that doesn't fit my hustle. And through short form video, they can know exactly what their experience is going to be before they even meet you. It could be like a friend that they've never really met, but they already know your style, your speaking voice, your tone, how you're going to treat them as part of the experience. Because as real estate agents, it's your job. You're crafting an experience for them. You're moving them from one place to another. You're bringing some of the most stressful parts of their life, you're trying to make those easier. And short form video is one way of doing it. You're helping answer questions. You're helping build, you're going to build a library of answers to these questions. And then you're going to, and then you can answer those questions through short form video. Okay, we're going to talk platforms for a second. Again, oh, I never said again. I don't know why I said again. If you have any questions, please just blurt it out. I'm here for you guys. I have stuff I need to get through, that I want to get through to kind of edify you guys. But please ask questions. If you're not edified, then I'm not edified. So I want to make sure you get everything you want.
It's called the clap. My clapper. It's supposed to be the new TikTok.
Well, I've never heard of it, so it must not be that important. But to be perfectly fair, everybody starts with one. It doesn't mean it's not going to be great. I'm just saying I haven't heard of it. That's no disrespect to any of that.
I would say start using it. If no
Right.
one else has heard of it, be the first real estate agent.
Correct. Start using it. It's not going to hurt. And the strategies I'm going to teach you to do it once, send it out to lots of different places. I don't expect you to do something specific for each platform, and we'll talk more about that. So everything started with Snapchat. Snapchat came on the scene, and what was Snapchat's big claim to fame? Anybody?
Disappears.
Yep, 24 hours, disappears. Okay, so Snapchat started, then Facebook came up with their stories, and those stories disappear after 24 hours. Then Instagram, of course, because Facebook and Instagram are married, they have stories. Then TikTok came on the scene. What was TikTok's big hustle? Okay, short videos, yes. Perfect answer. But TikTok didn't rely on your follower count to be seen. It relied on an algorithm where stories, Facebook stories and Instagram stories, only the people in your circle of influence are going to see it. Or people who interact with people in your circle of influence are going to see it. TikTok, Reels, and Shorts are all about the algorithm. And I've been doing this pretty much full time for the last 9 months. And I have some TikToks. I think I have like 1,800 TikTok followers. I have some TikToks with over 250,000 views. And that's why short form video is so important. Because when you start making content that people want to see, the algorithm's going to pick that up and other people are going to find it awesome. There's no way I could have said, I want to go to Buc-ee's in Dallas, Texas and do a video at Buc-ee's and I want this to have 500,000 views, and it was going to happen. Other people make what you're doing awesome, and that's how the game is played. You just need to do you in the best, most consistent way possible, and then other people will find it awesome. Okay, so what's the big difference? Posts, only the people in your circle of influence will see it. Reels, the potential for the world to see it is there. And you don't have to do anything different. You just do your thing and let the algorithm take over. So, posts and stories are your circle. Reels and shorts and TikTok is the algorithm. And why is that a big deal? It's a big deal because once you understand how the game's played, you can make the same content and send it to all kinds of different places, and really in 5 minutes you could literally have one video up in 6 different locations without much energy. And that's really what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to film a video, edit it, zhuzh it up a little bit, make it your style, get it out, and then go on with your day to be able to making other things. So we talk about posts, stories, reels, and shorts. Now shorts are YouTube only, and shorts are limited to 60 seconds. So everything that we want to do it in 60-second chunks. But Tommy, I got more to say. Pare it down. If people want more information, they can find you. You're not going to introduce, there's certain things you're not going to do. I don't know if people know this, but YouTube is the world's second largest search engine. So when you start putting stuff onto YouTube, it's going to be seen. I promise you it's going to be seen. 15 years ago, I created my YouTube channel when I went through my divorce with my first wife. And I didn't know, I wanted to create videos for my kids because I didn't know what my legacy was going to be. So I started creating videos for my kids, long form video. When I say long form, it's just kind of the regular video content. You would say I would just start talking head stuff. Hey kids, it's dad. Did a little moral of the story. 5-7 minutes later. Thanks everybody. Goodbye. I've got single TikTok videos or single short form videos on YouTube that have more views than an entire year worth of those videos. And I'm not lying, I can prove it. So going on to, having video content. Now all these slides and stuff will be available to you guys. We'll make sure that you get them. I'll make sure Riley gets them so you can get them to all of them. So I see people frantically taking notes, and that's perfect. You can take all the notes you want. There's some QR codes and there's some resources on here. You can, just so you know, you'll get a copy of everything because there's going to be some slides with a lot of information. That doesn't mean you can't take pictures. I love having pictures taken. Just make sure I get a cut of the money you make. Okay, so how are we going to do this? There's 6 simple steps to doing this. This is Rachel Peterson. She is fantastic. If you don't have a TikTok account and you sign up for TikTok and you follow only one person, I don't even want you to follow me. I want you to follow Rachel Peterson. She's absolutely spectacular. She's great because she doesn't gatekeep. She teaches everything you need to know, and she's got like 3.2 million followers on TikTok. And she's just absolutely amazing. Okay, here's all the steps. Step 1, outreach. Step 2, hook, value, call to action, hashtags, and respond. And we're going to go through each one kind of slow. If anyone wants me to pump the brakes, I can pump the brakes. If anyone wants to see me afterwards, we can. Okay, what the hell do I talk about? Tommy, I'm just a real estate agent and I'm so boring as hell and no one ever I don't really want to talk about anything. Okay, that's fine. I get it. I have a real estate license. I am not actively practicing. It's in dry dock at this moment, but I have been there. I know exactly what you're going through. I promise you, the simplest kindergarten questions, you're actually talking to those questions people have, and people will never run out of those needs to have those questions answered. As a real estate agent, every single piece of property in Wisconsin is in your product catalog. You have a lot of content that you could talk about. A park, a church, a cornerstone, this statue. I'm in front of Titletown, in front of Lambeau. This coffee shop. Whatever it happens to be, you can talk about it. And you can add your flavor to it. Everybody here is different. There's a lot of estrogen in the room, so there you got that in common. But everybody's different. There might be some different languages here. There might be some different cultures. Everybody's got a different flavor. You need to put your spin on it and make it yours. And the first thing you do, there's a great website called Answer the Public. It's free. I think it's free for like 3 searches a day. And what you do is you go onto that website and you put some words, Real Estate Wisconsin, and it's going to tell you exactly what people are talking about on Google and what they're looking for on Google. So when you say to yourself, I don't know what to ask. I don't know what questions to ask. You're going to go to Answer the Public and you're going to put in some keywords and you're going to find it. And it's going to come streaming to you as fast as you can, and you're not going to be able to handle it all. And you go, well, Answer the Public's too tough, Tommy. Can you make something a little simpler? Sure. Why don't you try Googling something and then scroll down a little bit and go to the People Also Ask area. That's a real-time monitor of what people are looking for and a complete treasure trove of questions people want answered. With the keywords, the whole 9 yards. So if you did this once a day or once a week and started scribbling and say, oh my gosh, I got 5 topics here. You have more topics than you have, time for. But now you know what people are looking for and what answers. So you can't come to me and say, Tommy, I didn't know what to talk about. Yes, in the back of the room.
What about you just start with all the questions that people ask you on a daily basis that you can answer?
That was perfect. That's a perfect comment that while you were walking, we just talked about that.
I'll shut up then. Sorry.
It's all right. No, that's great. It needs to be reiterated. People come to you with questions. What about this? What about this? What about this? First-time home buyers. What about land? What about this? What about this? What about this? How do I turn off the power? How do I get this? I mean, there's all kinds of questions. I know there is. And you could scribble 15 or 20. That's where you start. That's absolutely where you start. And then you get dry docked and you get lost, you go to Google and you drill down. Google will never let you down. Never. Never, ever, ever let you down. And because you're going to post these on YouTube as shorts, now people can Google and will find you. And will find your hustle and will start going down your rabbit hole is what you want. You want people to start stalking you on social media to see what you're all about so that they can make your phone ring. That's what this is about. Okay. When you start, you're going to start with a hook. You're not going to introduce yourself. You're going to say, I'm in front of Titletown Brewing Company. You only have 60 seconds. But you got to give them the first 5 seconds has got to be something really super tasty. And hold on. Hey, do you want to know something about Green Bay that nobody else knows about? Hey, did you know this? Did you know Curly Lambeau used to walk around here? Did you know this? Whatever it happens to be. Did you know this building? I'm going to tell you about this building that's over 150 years old. Stay tuned. And then you go right into it. You got to hook them. Everything I knew about this but is wrong. You think Green Bay gets a lot of snow, but just wait till you see this. Whatever happens to be, you got to come up with a hook, something to grab them, something just to hold them. Okay, so you have your hook. I got a couple more pages of hooks here. Step 3, you got to add value. Now, granted, it's only going to be 30 or 40 seconds worth of value, but you have to add value because people aren't going to want to come back unless you're giving them something tasty to hold on to. Hey, I'm at Copper State Brew Club, and did you know they have this, 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 and this? And all their wood comes from Door County, and they make this, 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 and this. You guys should come down. Bam, short form video. Little bow on it, some captions, you just did something. Now, I know I'm oversimplifying it, but I also don't want you to make this harder than it needs to be. Remember, MTV, everybody, MTV audience, you know what I'm talking about. One person. It started with one watcher. CNN started with one watcher. You got to start someplace. There was the first Model T Ford that came off the production line. Was it the greatest thing in the world? No. Did it have airbags? Definitely not. Did it have cruise control? No. But it had 4 wheels and a steering wheel, and that's all it really needs. This isn't going to be perfect. I would hope it's not perfect. And you don't necessarily have to post everything. But you need to really have a good love affair with your camera. That sounds vain, but if you feel comfortable behind your camera and you do short form video, it will get easier and easier and easier. And one video will turn into 2, 2 will turn into 10, and 10 will turn into 20. And pretty soon you'll have a whole library of stuff that people can find and understand your hustle. And will feel comfortable around you, and you'll feel comfortable around that. And I know it might seem goofy, but there's lots of different ways to do this. I'm just showing you one way. This is the Tommy way. You're going to find your own secret sauce. You're going to put your own spice in it, whatever happens to be. A little extra salt, a little oregano, a little pepper, whatever it happens to be. You're going to figure this out. You just have to be consistent and keep at it. Okay. At the end of every video, you need to have a call to action. What's it going to be? My call to action that I like using all the time is, if you need help with this, I know a guy. And I leave it. That's the end of it. And people comment, hey, I bet you know a guy. You're right, I do. I'm it. But you might have your special signature something. Maybe it's a signature handbag. Maybe it's a signature, something. You're going to have something that's a signature that speaks to you. Just end with that signature. But ask him to do something. Hey, give me a call. The I know a guy thing is a subliminal, hey, call me. What's your subliminal call me? Or what's your, hey, like and subscribe for more. That's a great call to action. If you want to know more, give me a call. You want to know more, book an appointment. You want to know more, click the link in my bio to know more. These are all very, very simple. You'll come up with something. Share this video. DM me, subscribe. All very, very simple call to actions, but very important. Because people are stupid and you got to tell them what to do. Well, it's true though. I mean, come on. Okay. Hashtags. This is a miserable situation. It really is. I ground on this. I totally would grind on this and it became horrible. I don't want you to grind on it. I want you just to do it. And you know what? I would rather have you post it and have no hashtags than not post it because you're grinding on it. Just do it. My strategy is this. 3x3. And this is actually from Rachel Peterson, so you can thank her. First 3 hashtags are going to be who's the video for, what's it about, and what problem or pain point are you solving. Is there anybody in the room that doesn't know what the term hashtag is? And it's okay to raise your hand. Okay.
In my day, it was the pound sign.
I know it is, and now it's just, and now it's just a,
Hashtag, the pound sign.
and now it's just a search term. That's all it is a way to search it. Okay. You don't have to take a screenshot of this. You're going to get the things, but here's a great ChatGPT. For those of you who are not using ChatGPT, we need to talk. That should be your best boy in your toolbox of all times. There's a little hashtag that'll actually get you some pretty decent hashtags out of it. When you're done taking a picture of that, just let me know and I'll move to the next one. You got it? Did you get it? Okay, there we go. Okay. This one is humongous. Absolutely, positively, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You must respond to all comments. If you do nothing and leave here with completely a blank slate of information and you say to yourself, I didn't learn anything, please learn this one. Why is it important to respond to all your comments? Anybody, Peanut Gallery, anybody, please.
Sees Facebook or whatever, sees that people are commenting on it, and more comments, more people see it because of the algorithm or something.
Absolutely,
like that.
absolutely. And you're going to tell me, but Tommy, I don't have time to respond to your comments. Okay, that might be true. But you're going to have time if someone calls you up and wants to write a listing, aren't you? I promise you that this short form strategy, that you're only 60 seconds away from your next listing and 60 seconds away from your next buyer. And this right here works. Because when you comment on a video, that doubles the engagement of that video just by you just replying. And that little Bucky's video, there's over 1,000 comments there, and 500 of them are mine. So I just decided a Saturday afternoon I was just going to go through and I was going to just respond. And my thumbs got tired, so then I went to voice to text, the whole 9 yards. But you respond, and then people get notified that you respond, and then they come back and they watch it again, and then the cycle goes on. So this is an award-winning strategy. I gave this to you for free, so you guys paid nothing for this. You got free food and this one, so you should feel blessed. Please.
I heard the trick the other day because I'm in network marketing as well. And they said go on and they post that email like a week and a half ago and comment on the
Yes,
post
yes.
and it brings it back up. To
Yes, it does. Oh, Mike in the back.
All of a sudden said it in the
So the strategy would be, so say you did something today and people left comments. Don't do anything until tomorrow, and then tomorrow comment on tomorrow. It's going to bring it back up. 2 days later, comment on a third one. So it's not like you're going to go through and do it and you got 15 comments you're going to answer all at once. You're just only going to answer like one a day. And then say you do and you did a video where you have content and no one commented on it, then I start tagging people I know was at the thing and start asking them questions to get them to comment. Or to comment.
There's a whole class on comment responding 101. It is. It's a whole strategy. Please.
So there's no time limit or.
No, you can go back 5 years and comment on something, a video I did 5 years ago, and I'll pull back up to the top of my news feed for Facebook.
Oh yeah, stuff will get resurrected. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Mike's my business partner, so thanks for being here. So responding to all the comments, it's powerful. It really is. Time well spent. I promise you. Totally time well spent. Okay, now we're going to get into the do portion of the show. I love a tool called CapCut. It is free with an asterisk. Some of the features in CapCut are not free. Now, I need the Wi-Fi password because I have to share my phone to my screen. I don't know if I can without my...
You want? I don't. It might pop up on my...
Let me see here. One of the... Next, I think we can do this. If you could, that would be spectacular. Okay, so we are... So CapCut's the tool of choice. It is... there is a pro version, and what they do, they gatekeep on the cool transitions you can do and the cool captions that you can do. They give you some basic captions. Okay, it's like $7.50 a month. I think it's fan-frickin-tastic. I love it. Let's go into it. We're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay. Before we go into how to film a short form video, we got the rules. Don't introduce yourself. Don't waste the time. Everybody knows who you are. Don't waste it. Second rule, yes.
It's Green 19 IPA.
Oh, Green 19 IPA is the...
Yes. If anybody needs the Wi-Fi for this, the password is Green 19 IPA.
And that is the urban members? I think so. Let's go here. We'll show the password for everybody.
All lowercase.
All lowercase?
Yep, all lowercase.
19 IPA.
What was it again?
Green 19 IPA, all lowercase.
Did it go?
Yeah, sure did. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. So, don't introduce yourself. Always use captions. 61% of everybody who watches short form video watches it with the volume down. So, if you're not using captions, you're killing yourself. Totally killing yourself. And cut out all the pauses. Cut out all the pauses. And I'm going to show you how we can do it here. Give me a second. What we're going to do is, before you guys came here, I actually made a video. What we're going to do is, I don't know if you're going to hear it, but we're going to show. Okay, so here is. Okay, I'm gonna start this again. So when I start making a video, I'll open up my camera app, or I'll open up CapCut, and I'll just start recording. And I do it in one take, because CapCut will get rid of all the pauses for you. One take. So here's the raw video. So just indulge me, raw video. Here it is. Short form video is something I've been preaching for a long time. Okay, pause. Today I'm getting ready to speak to a classroom full of realtors and mortgage types. And we're talking all about short form video. Where, why, how, and executing. Okay, so you get the hustle. Sometimes when I'm out on a walk, I get inspiration. I'll be listening to an audiobook, I'll get some inspiration, go, that's pretty cool. And I'll just lean up against a phone pole, then walk a couple more steps, lean up against something else, change the angles, make it fun. Because people go gaga for jump cuts.
Jump cuts.
Just wait, we're going to show you jump cuts. We're going to show you the whole thing. We're going to go into CapCut here, and I'm going to show you. Now, Does everybody here have CapCut on their phone? Okay. Now I'm not going to be able to do a complete lab style thing with this, but we're going to go in and I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts of how this whole thing works. And so we're going to take this video and what we're going to do is now we're going to go to CapCut. We're going to go new post up here at the top. And then what I'm going to do is it's going to show you your album, your photo album. And I'm going to pull up. Short form video is something I've been preaching for a long time. And then I'm going to hit add. Now it's in my timeline. Now it's in here. Now, okay, CapCut is ridiculous with the amount of stuff that's in here. Don't get overwhelmed. It's easy to get overwhelmed. Completely easy to get overwhelmed. Don't. I'm going to give you probably 4 or 5 different little tips and teasers, and then you can explore later. But this is the bare bones, what you need to know to make this happen. And I think that if you start using pro features, it just won't let you export, so you can play with it, say that's really cool, and if there's pro features in there, then they won't let you export. But you can see the whole thing. One of the pro features that I like to use, so now I've added this into my timeline. You can swipe left and right, the whole 9 yards. Now, you can go through and you can swipe, you can click on the timeline and you can click the little split button in the bottom left-hand corner and you could split this apart. You could take the pauses out manually. But you know what? That's not nearly as much fun as clicking the text button, clicking the auto captions button here. Let's go auto captions to create auto caption. What does it say here? Come on, little girl. Oh, turn on the volume. I bet you this isn't going to let me do it while I'm connected. So let me unconnect here. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it while I'm connected here. So give me a second. I'll take the captions out. Then we'll reconnect here. So we're going to go text, auto captions. Stop mirroring. Come on, rat bastard. Let's do this. Shh, no laughing. Okay, let's do this again here. I don't know why it's being so difficult. Text, auto captions. There we go. So, what's going to happen is when you do auto captions, let me see if I can pull this back up here. When you pull auto captions up, there's a couple things that are going to happen here. One of them is it's going to identify filler words and pauses. Now that's a pro feature. I spend $7.50 a month on it. It's worth it all day long and twice on Saturdays. And you get a cool list of all kinds of fun caption styles at the bottom. The beautiful part about this is it does it all automatically. So I'm going to click generate here, and it's now sending this whole video up to the cloud, or the audio portion of it. It's analyzing the pauses. And in about 30 seconds here to a minute, it's going to have all the pauses highlighted, and it's going to ask you, what do you want me to do with the pauses, Mr. Clifford? Would you like those pauses removed? Here you go. And it says, I found 7 pauses in here. I'd like to delete those pauses, and I'm going to be done. Now what we're going to do is now we're going to play our video that we just created without the pauses, and you can tell how much different it's going to be. Short form video is something I've been preaching for a long time. Today I'm getting ready to speak to a classroom full of realtors and mortgage types, and we're talking all about short form video. Where, why, how, and executing. No gatekeeping here. I'm at the Urban Hub in downtown Green Bay. What a beautiful space this is. Holy cow, this is absolutely gorgeous. Perfect place to learn about short form video. If you want to know more about short form video, how to execute, how to do it, what tools you need, I know a guy. Okay, that's it.
And that was in like 34 seconds?
35 seconds. Now, this last piece goes a little bit longer, so I gotta clip it. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to split. It breaks it into 2 little pieces. There's a little trash can in the bottom right-hand corner, trash can, goodbye. And for all intents and purposes, this is ready to ship. And we just did it. With a little bit of monkey business because of the sound gig, we just did this. 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Now, we didn't film it in 2 minutes, but at this very moment, you have every tool in your toolbox to make short form videos. Now we're going to talk about where to post it and how to do some different things in a second. But I see some bells just went off in people's eyes. I see it go, oh my gosh, that's not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. Now, what I like to do is I like to change the style of the captions. I might find something a little funner. Okay, I like this one. I actually like a tool. It's on another this is a paid app. It's called Captions itself. It's called Captions. It's iOS currently. Android is in beta. It's in the Play Store. It's in the Google Play Store. I think it's $7 or $8 a month. I really like it. It's got some amazing ability to put AI audio or AI music. It can, if you're not looking at the camera, it can actually change where you're looking with your eyeballs. It's kind of crazy how it works. It works really brilliantly. You can also gives you some different styles of captions, which I prefer. But right now, as we stand, you have a pretty damn sexy video that's ready to go, and we're just going to click up in the top right-hand corner, the little arrow, and we're going to export it. Now, as good little real estate agents, I know you all time block because everybody tells you to time block, and you listen to what everybody says with impunity, I'm sure. What I would do is I would set some time up and say, I'm going to make 3 or 4 of these things, and I'm going to knock them out. And what you're going to do after you export these, because you're exporting them in kind of make them in bulk, for your iOS people, go to your camera roll, put a little heart after it. Then it becomes a favorite, and you know you have to post it. So if I go to my camera roll here, and I go to my favorites, all these ones with hearts are ones that are either real important or ones I haven't posted yet. And so I know that when I unheart it, it's been posted. I'll post it, then I'll take the heart off. Just a workflow thing. You can take that, you can take that for what it's worth. Okay. Before I go off the CapCut portion of the show, questions, comments, concerns? Yes, please.
Can we just be honest?
No?
The way you do it is extremely difficult because the average person can't talk up there and just start rifling off. Like, what he does on this, I've been doing video twice as long as he's been doing video, and I can come nowhere near.
10 times long. You've been doing it for years and years and years.
Okay, so my strategy, or a beginner strategy that we teach, is if you sit down with someone and put the camera on you, or just like you get behind the camera and I stand here, and we just have a conversation individually. That's the easiest way I start. Or if you get on a Zoom or something and do like an interview with someone, so it's no more than an interaction or a conversation with someone, instead of, because I can do it 95 times and he just does it smooth, and when you teach it, you make it sound, and I can't do that.
Everybody has a different style. Everybody does. And no, that's totally true. Taking a longer form video and breaking up into little chunks. I'm more of a spur of the moment kind of thing. I come up with a cool idea. Hey, let's talk about reviews. Let's talk about this property or whatever it happens to be, and I'll just do spur of the moment. And I'll just do it. And I'll
talk to about it while I'm doing it.
So everybody's going to do this differently, but the groundwork is exactly the same. How you go about making that video, that's up to you. You'll figure that out. You'll totally figure it out. Maybe you want to use some cool CapCut templates. Maybe you saw some cool use of photos and you want to do it that way. You will figure out your own ground. You will absolutely pave your own way. I promise you. Okay, now, so great comment, Michael. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. One of the big things that once you start getting really good at this, and you have a regular cadence of it. Okay, I've been doing it a few months. Okay, Tommy, what's my next step? Your next step is what's called content compounding, where you make it once. You use a piece of software called repurpose.io, and you upload it to TikTok, and TikTok will automatically, or repurpose.io will automatically send it to different places. Where I have a workflow set up that I will, and I use TikTok as my central clearinghouse. So I'll upload it to TikTok, and then repurpose.io will see, hey, here's a new video. Now I'm going to post it to Reels, I'm going to post it to LinkedIn, I'm going to post it to YouTube, and it happens automatically. So that video right there, I will actually post it to 3 places, and it's going to go to 12 automatically. Repurpose.io doesn't talk to your personal Facebook page because nothing does. There's no automation or API to talk to your personal Facebook page. So I'll upload it as a personal story and a personal reel on Facebook. Facebook will automatically talk it over or send it over to Instagram, so that's covered. Then it'll go to Pinterest, it'll go all the way around the horn automatically. Okay. I don't expect you to take a screenshot of this, but here's all my crib notes. This is everything I learned. There's all my study materials, all the resources right there. Okay. Now, we're going to have question and answer. We're going to have some neat things. I need a little bit of help. I have, first of all, I'd love a 5-star Google Business Review. If you learned anything and your day was better, please leave me a review. Now, I have a new product that I've developed that's a one-tap Google review machine where you can either scan the QR code or tap it to the back of your phone and it'll automatically take you to my Google Business profile. Would you guys give it a try? This isn't to take, this is just to use. But will some of you guys give this a try and see how it works for you? I see some shaking head.
I got a quick question for you.
You can ask any question you want.
So, do you, for algorithm purposes, so like I'll create a video on TikTok.
Yes?
Just post it on TikTok, and then I'll use the same content, but I'll put it together similar or the same, but I'll do it through a reel with maybe different music, a little bit different. So I was always curious if I'm sharing my TikTok to my Facebook, is it going to be the same connection as far as the algorithms, unless I'm like
Okay, so I create it outside of TikTok. Repurpose.io. So let's not talk about the automation portion of it. Let's just talk about how I normally do it. I'll make that video. I won't make it in TikTok. I won't make it in Instagram. I make it in CapCut. I'll export it. It's on my camera roll. I'll then just upload it to different places, and that will happen, auto manually. I'm doing it. Now there are some people who believe that if I actually create it in the app, that's going to give you some sort of lift. That may be true. But when people start hearing, now I have to make this video 6 different times for different places, that becomes a non-starter and everyone just goes, well, wait a minute, that's not what I want to do. I'm just going to walk away from it. So we've dumbed this down as simple as possible. There may be some truth to what you're saying, but not doing anything is 0. So there's definitely going to be a good, better, best. This is just a runway to get started. You're going to start feeling, hey, well, this works better, this works better. Your mileage is 100% going to vary.
So you think that just like creating separate content?
Right now, I would say create one, send it to all kinds of different places, and then monitor what's going on.
Do you recommend doing that at the same time for each different platform versus keeping it as,
I do recommend doing it at the same time. I would just do it. I mean, I've had so the video that really took off on TikTok completely died on Facebook. So what? I've had some Facebook Reels get 750,000 views, and on TikTok it bombed. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to find, kind of like, there's lots of different radio channels in town, radio station. Not everybody likes country music, not everybody likes WIXX, not everybody likes WAPL. That's why there's different flavors. That's why XM satellite radio is such a big thing, because someone wants to listen to Howard Stern 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's not me, but someone does. Someone wants to listen to baseball 24/7. Someone wants to watch the Olympics 24/7. Everything's going to be different. Great question in the back. Great question. Please, please, please.
On that repurpose.io,
Yes?
you upload it to TikTok. Do you have to upload it to TikTok?
No, you
upload
can.
it to somewhere else
You
and
could
then-
upload it to your Google Drive if you wanted to. You could make your source destination any place you want. Now, repurpose.io is like $20 a month, and I don't suggest you do it until you're good at doing it manually. And at some point you go, there's got to be an easy way to do this. And you know what? There is an easier way to do it. Repurpose.io. You go there, you sign up, you tell them your boy Tommy sent you, and everybody's happy. But it's a simple process.
Are you going to talk about ordering these if people are interested in them?
I guess I am now.
Thank you.
FYI.
You want to try it?
If people are interested in the whole one-click review card thing, I sell these. They're $27 a piece, 3 for $55, 5 for $77, and 10 for $127. And what this does is it allows you to automatically tie your Google business. If there's anybody here who doesn't have a Google business profile, this is a complete another class. You need to have a Google business profile. Nobody is going to Zillow you. Nobody's going to Facebook you. They're going to Google you. Please.
I don't know what I missed, but I'm disconnected from what you're selling. What am I get a Google review, but what?
This is what I call my point of smile card. When someone is smiling bright because they've gotten great service,
Yeah.
you don't have to say, "Hey, I'm going to email you a link." You're going to go. "Hey, would you tap this? Would you tap this to your phone or scan this QR code and leave me a review while they're face to face with you?" And you're going to get positive 5-star reviews every single time to your Google business profile.
So that's like I could just text it to them, or the benefit is I just have that card.
You have this card. You hold it. You tap it to the back of the phone. Now this is going to go to a. This is going to go to a different. Go to that one. Put that one on the back of her phone. This one's not activated yet.
I'm default to go to DuckDuckGo, so it's going to block Google. But it came up with something.
But the problem is this isn't made for you to leave your review. This is made for your clients to leave a review on their phone.
Right.
So so that didn't block anything. So your DuckDuckGo, that's just an activation page. How you would activate this. That's a setup for the card. In 1 second here. You could. You absolutely could. You can send them a link, but if you want to guarantee that they're going to do it while you're standing, if somebody's super happy and they're thrilled,
I get all that. I guess
you need to capture it at this very moment because you say, "I want to send you a link."
The instant right there.
Correct. Super instant gratification.
Got it. Okay, take it. I got it.
Very instant gratification.
Can you give me a review yet? You're choice. There you go.
Ladies, thank you so much for coming. Questions, comments? I'll be hanging out for a little bit if you have some personal one-on-one questions, but I'm thankful you guys came. Is there anybody who didn't learn anything? Sign of hands. Who didn't learn anything? Did you learn something?
I do.
Tell me one thing you learned. One thing.
I've never used CapCut. I downloaded it this morning, and I usually just make videos on TikTok.
That's great. That's great, but you're doing it.
So yeah, I learned a lot.
Okay, great. And making videos on TikTok is fine. if you're going to pull your videos off of TikTok, at least use, and on the resource page there's a tool called SnapTik that allows you to download your TikTok without the TikTok logo on it. Because no one wants to see a TikTok logo on Instagram or on YouTube. So get rid of the logo, and that's one of those things.
True that Facebook and Instagram algorithms are kind of wired to filter out the TikTok watermark videos.
I can't answer that. I don't know. It makes sense. It totally makes sense, but I don't know I can't verify that. I mean, TikTok or Instagram and Facebook don't want you to go anyplace else. So if you post a YouTube video in there and it takes you away from it, they're not going to show it as often as if you took the video and directly uploaded it to Facebook. So what you're saying totally tracks and makes perfect sense. Please.
If I have a bunch of long form videos on YouTube,
Yes.
do you have any place where I could go like upload those and they could break them into shorts
Yes.
for me?
Opus Clip is a great tool. Opus, I think it's opus.ai, opusclip.ai. If you Google it, that's a great thing. Riley and Waterstone Mortgage, thank you so much for having me be a part of this.
Yes, thank you.
Are we having a drawing? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
What are we giving away? A Porsche 911 Turbo? What are we giving away?